All right. Demon Souls. What do we play instead then? No sleep or play until Brooklyn. If I didn't have to take my daughter to a dentist appointment tomorrow, I would consider it. And don't worry, the dentist appointment is not till 4 o'clock, so. So as you can see, I have 3 Life is Strange games. I have this one, which is Life is Strange Remastered, so it's number 1. There was a prequel. Now you know about the storm. It's called Before the Storm, so it's not really giving too much away. But it's a prequel about Chloe. And then Life is Strange True Colors. What I learned is 1, 2, and 3 for Life is Strange have different protagonists. And they have different premises. But they're all about kids with special powers. So, alright. Let's see. Oh yeah, see, speaking of Scott Pilgrim. I cannot confirm nor deny this statement. Can you tell I have enough Yakuza games on my library? Those are games I have to go through someday. That would be fun. Oh, that's why it's not working. I'm not signed in. I don't know about Fall Guys. Look at all these old games that I now have access to. Jack and Daxter. 15-ish minutes? I mean, there are plenty of games I can play for 15-ish minutes. Including this one. Wow, is it not considered a game? What? We're playing Crash Bandicoot now. Bloop. Bloop. Crash is not a trigger warning, I promise. My favorite part is on the PlayStation version. It's a memory card. Did you now own a PlayStation? Oddly enough, I did.
We are closer than ever before. Quickly, into the vortex. Dr. Cortex, the vortex is not ready. We have no idea what it could do.
He's crazy.
Failure again. Capture him.
Uh-oh.
Prepare the female Bandicoot.
Oh, look. A 90s game with a damsel in distress. So this is the OG Crash Bandicoot. And I'm calling him Crash Bandicoot because there's a YouTuber called Kadikarus who calls him Crash Bandicoot. And I find it hilarious. So the first game I have grown to appreciate since the Sane Trilogy came out. The Sane Trilogy being the version I am currently playing. So Crash is your typical 3D platformer. The goal is to run from the start of the level to the end of the level. One hit, you're dead. You are given these masks that are invincibility, or you can take an extra hit. If you get 3 of them, you're invincible, like Star from Mario. The way you can tell is the mask will normally have different colored feathers for 1 hit. If it's gold, like it is now, it's 2 hits. And if it's over your face and flashing, you are invincible, my friend. Each level has a certain number of boxes. If you break all of the boxes in a level, you get a gem. I've owned an Atari 1600 or 2600. Because I didn't know there was a 1600. And yes, many Tiger electronic games. Oh my god. I should go get some Tiger electronic games and give them to my daughter. That's partly a joke. And see what she thinks of them. Game Boy, SNES, Game Boy Color, Game.com, GameCube, Game Boy Advance. You sound like me. I was a Nintendo fanboy for many years. It wasn't until the PlayStation 4 came out and I got the PlayStation 4 that I'm like, I've been on the wrong console this entire time. Oh look, we got another 3 masks. Early on in this game, it's easy to keep invincibility. Funny enough, I think I had a 2600. Well, my parents did. I've played a 2600 before. It is weird, the 2600. You play PlayStation and you play Xbox and you realize the graphics and the games are so much smoother on these consoles. I will say that Nintendo kept up probably until about the Wii. And then by far, PlayStation and Xbox have ruled the consoles. The Wii really brought back, like, casual gaming and that idea. But, like... And the 360 was not a good console because it was plagued with all sorts of bugs. But my PlayStation 4 got a lot of use, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. And I love me my PlayStation 5. I love how I'm just, like, breezing through this game. This is, like, enjoyable. I play this... It's so funny. Like, growing up... Oh, you son of a bitch. Fuck. Growing up... let's see. Which consoles did I end up with? Growing up, I had a NES. I never actually owned a SNES. I never owned a Super Nintendo. And it sucks because the Super Nintendo probably has some of the best games on it. Ever. That machine was a game juggernaut back in the day. And a lot of them still hold up to this day. Link to the Past, Final Fantasy VI, Chrono Trigger, Mario World, Secret of Mana. Like, the list goes on and on and on. It's like, that machine was amazing. And I feel like utter garbage that I never owned it. Someday, I would love to get an original SNES. Honestly, if money was not an issue, like, I would own all the consoles. I would go back to Nintendo and just own everything. But I had a NES, I had a Nintendo 64, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance. I had a Game Boy Advance SP, a DS, a 3DS, GameCube, GameCube, Wii U. The Wii was actually the first one I was able to buy on my own. And I love my experience getting my Wii because that is true. Game Boy Advance and DS, because Chrono Trigger was on the DS. So it was like Final Fantasy IV and Final Fantasy VI. All the pixel remasters of all the Final Fantasy games too. But we can actually turn that one off. The Wii was the one I bought on my own for the first time. Timers. Oh, we can just turn it off. Okay. Custom commands. Trigger warning. Crash Bandicoot does not have trigger warning. I promise. Crash Banuka. He good boy. Ah, crap. When I learned the Wii was coming out, I was working at Dunkin' Donuts, and every paycheck I would set aside a certain amount of money. I think I set aside like $30. And by the time the Wii came out, I had the 300? I forget how much it was when it came out. To buy it, and I was planning on buying it day one. Went to Walmart to go shopping the night before. For some reason, there was a line outside Walmart, and I'm like, oh shit. I hated it at Dunkin's, but that's another story. I'll tell that in a minute. But I was like, oh shit, I am not going to get one day one. So I went down the street to Best Buy and noticed that there was a line outside of Best Buy. And I went in and I think I asked how many Wiis they were going to have, and they said like 100. Which nowadays is like crazy to think about. With all the shortages we have on consoles. Oh shit, I didn't even see him. How in the fuck did I miss that? And I noticed that there wasn't even close to 100 people outside. So I went home and grabbed my cash that I had been saving. And I think I grabbed a blanket because it was November. And I went back to Best Buy and spent the night outside of Best Buy. Which was an amazing experience. And it was amazing because while I was there, before the lights went out at midnight, we played touch football in the parking lot. Someone had a tent. Oh my god, I can't believe I missed that. Someone actually had a tent, a TV, a car battery, and I think an OG Xbox. And we're playing Capcom versus SNK in the middle of a Best Buy parking lot. And I'm like, holy shit, these are my people. You just like converted car battery power into like AC DC power. Like these are my people. There were people playing poker right outside front of the store. And then at about 5 o'clock in the morning, actually it was like 4:30 in the morning. Fucking idiots went out in the middle of the road, and we're just playing in the middle of the road. And then like 5:30, some people were starting to leave, and we were all so chill. Like we all kept our place in line. People started leaving, and it's like, where's everyone going? They're like, they're going over to McDonald's. So everyone at like 5:30 went over to McDonald's and got McDonald's breakfast. And I'm like, oh, that sounds like a really good idea, actually. So I went over to McDonald's and got breakfast myself. This is Papu Papu. He's fucking ridiculously easy. In the original game, he had 3 hits. In this game, he has 5. Usually, he doesn't have a chance to spin when I'm playing him, but I'm currently like focused on other things. But yeah, when I got breakfast, came back, we all got our place in line, and then the store opened at like I think 8. I think they opened early for us. Of course, we're gonna play as Coco. Coco is a good girl. As you can see, I've beaten this game like a bunch of times. So I went and grabbed my Wii. And then my day actually wasn't over. So I had spent the entire night up, right? I had pre-ordered Twilight Princess at GameStop. Same. I more eat from there's a place up in my area called Heavenly Donuts, which is so much better. It's 100 times better. If I go to Dunkin' Donuts nowadays, I'm usually grabbing a culotta. Fuck! Take it! Okay. I missed the platform. But yeah, I pre-ordered Twilight Princess from GameStop, so I actually had to go over to the mall that was near the Best Buy, which is where I pre-ordered it, and grab my copy of Twilight Princess for the Wii. I got the Wii version. Because at the time, I'm like, this version's going to be the best version ever, and it's going to be motion controls, and I'm going to be doing this all the time. And I was doing this all the time. Come to find out, GameCube version was so much better. And I learned that from playing the HD version on the Wii U. But it also threw me off because, you know, in order for it to work, or in order for them to send it out the way they wanted to and make everyone feel like they're playing the game and make Link a lefty, they mirror the entire thing. So I was so used to playing the Wii version that when I played the HD remaster so many years later, even after I hadn't played the game in years, to go into Twilight Princess HD, I think I said this multiple times during the stream of when we were streaming it, was so weird because it's like, I remember that being over there. I remember that being over there. Like, this is wrong. And because in my head, it was like the map was mirrored. Legitimately, it was mirrored. So things that were on the left side of the map were on the right side of the map. So, but yeah, I'm not shocked. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. I'm doing a lot more horrible than I usually do. I don't think this matters. I don't think I can get all of them right now. So a lot of these levels, early on, you can't get the box gem. So the Sane Trilogy, this thing didn't exist. This little box thing right here to tell you that, you know, you had enough boxes to get the gem. That started in Crash 2. Sane Trilogy changed that and put that in here. A lot of the early levels, you could not get boxes because you actually needed a colored gem, which you get later, in later levels. But Crash 1 has so many, like, quality of life improvements in this version. So in the original version, you couldn't save on the fly. You could only save in those, what they're called, Tana rooms. The girl that's in this game, the girl Bandicoot, her name is Tana. Only in those bonus levels could you save the game. Whereas in Crash 2 and 3, you could save. There was a little save thing in their hub area that you could save at any time. Obviously, in this version, you can save any time by pressing one of the buttons on the controller. Also, in the original version, in any of these levels, you had to get the gem by breaking all of the boxes in the level without dying. You need to play Twilight Princess. Twilight Princess is my favorite Zelda game ever. Such a good game. The Runaway Guys Coliseum in 2020? Yeah, I think it was 2020 because it was the first year they did the direct. One of the segments on the Runaway Guys Coliseum was they would play music and they would take requests. And I actually donated to that charity because that's one of the few charities I agree with is Direct Relief and the way they handle it every year. So I donated and I wanted him to play Midna's Lament from Twilight Princess. Because Midna's Lament is one of my favorite video game songs of all time. And Midna's Lament is the song that plays when you're trying to bring Midna back to Zelda after Zant pretty much like curses her. And it's so dark and it's so like it's like perfect. It's my favorite video game song. If I were to ever do top 10 lists on like my channel, I would probably do video game music and favorite Zelda games. But I think my music list would definitely probably be the hardest one because I would really have to think about like 10 songs that like define me as a gamer. So okay, yeah, so this game, quality of life improvements. The levels you don't have, you can die while you're getting a gem. However, to keep some of the spirit of the original game, color gems still require you to not die in the level. And the color gems levels are probably some of the hardest in the game. Including the last one, which can die in a dumpster fire. It's called the Lab, and that level is so bad. And I mean bad in terms of just like, there's parts at the end of the level that really trip me up every time. I don't think I've ever done it the first try. Woo! Ooh, that was close. Like I said, I've thought about it. I think Zelda's Midna's Lament would be on there. I think Top Man's theme would be on there. Wily Castle from Mega Man 2 would be on there. What else would be on there? God, what else would be on there? I feel like there would be a Spyro song on there somewhere. Yes, so it is one hit KO. However, the mask that's floating above my head is an extra hit. When it's gold like it is, it's an extra 2 hits. And that is the same for all the games in the series, 1, 2, and 3. and 4, I think. The original Crash 4, not the one that just came out recently. But it's also the same in that one, too. And if you're going to ask, Crash 4 was a lot of fun. That was close. I have not beaten Crash 4. I do want to go back someday and beat it. So I took all those Wampa fruit. So the fruits are called Wampa fruit. I hit that exclamation point. Normally fruits would appear back behind me again to tell me I needed to go backwards, but luckily I already know. So this is all that exclamation point did. Exclamation point chests, crates open up or create things in levels. That's what that one did. So, okay, to point out what's going on, Crash 1 and 2 and 3, Crash 1 and 2 were primarily played by Crash. You would play as Crash. Crash 3, you would actually play as Crash and Coco. Coco is who I'm playing as. Coco is Crash's brother. Coco is Crash's sister. She first appears in Crash 2. But in Crash 3, she plays in some levels. In this remaster, she comes back in time and helps Crash in these levels. And it makes sense because Crash 3 was about time travel. So she had access to a time machine, was able to come back and help. It was smart that they incorporated that. And that's a gem. I fly through this game. Like, I've played this game so many times recently, it's not even funny. But I enjoy the hell out of it. Let me show you. Hold on a second. So if you come back here to this little thing right here, Coco's time machine, that little orb that's floating right there, that's similar to what you find in Crash 3. So basically, Coco used the time machine to come back in time. Crash and Coco are play the same. It's just cosmetic. But I like playing as Coco because she's currently holding a laptop in her hand. However, there are some levels in these games that you have to play as Crash, namely the bosses and certain other levels. Cool. The only different gameplay in these games, or if you're in a vehicle. Nope. Nope. Still no. Ah! That should get him. Yep. Okay, good. Crash 4 actually changed things up. The new Crash 4 that came out, the one that's called It's About Time. It introduced a couple more characters that had different gameplay. But both Crash and Coco play the same. They both have a spin. They both have, in the second game, they have a slide. In the third game, they share all the power-ups that Crash gets normally in that game. This is the first color gem. I mean, it's very similar. So this level, I have to get all the boxes and get to the end of the level without dying. And if by chance I do die, I'll tell you the conditions of the dying. If you die before hitting a checkpoint, you can actually keep playing the level, and you'll be fine. God damn it. This is going to suck. The minute you hit a checkpoint, any progress after that checkpoint, if you die after hitting a checkpoint, you actually have to quit the level and come back into it. This doesn't have an embryo one, does it? It does have a Tana one, though. No, it does have a Tana. It does have an embryo. And it's right here. Boom. Alright, so I've hit a checkpoint. If I die, I will have to restart the entire level. Yeah, I would say that Crash... I would say Crash is very similar to Donkey Kong. But obviously, Crash is very, like, Australia-inspired. So those tokens of that bald old man, his name is Embryo. He's one of the main villain's lackeys. The main villain's name is Neocortex. All of the villains in this game, in these games, have funny names that start with N and make some sort of pun with their name. Oh no, it's fine. I'm probably gonna wrap up soon. So, Nitrous Brio, Embryo. There is a character in the second game called Engine. Third game has a character named Entropy. And basically all these are, they're little bonus levels. If you die in a bonus level while trying to attempt to get a color gem, it's fine. They don't count. Ah, fucker. I think I can jump on them. Yeah, okay. No, if you die in a bonus level, you don't die for real. You are actually fine. Those tokens, those square tokens, are Tana tokens. They're that girl at the beginning of the game. Fuck. Lost my mask. Fuck. I hate that. This is probably one of my hate. I don't like this bonus level. Ah! Damn it. So those boxes that have like, they look like they're stripy. They take 5 hits. In the original game, it took 10 hits, which, to be real, was a little bit of overkill. Just like any 90s platformer, 100 of the collectible, the fruit in this instance, instant 1-up. This fucker. Fuck you. I'm gonna wait for you to come back. First try. Alright, I think I'll call it there. Green Bandicoot. I think that's a good place to stop. Get the first color gem. Actually, I'm going to play one more level, and then we will call it a night. Because my dumbass will forget this. Jungle Rollers? Okay. So now we got the green gem. I can't say I have. Well, I might have to consider it. This game, that little clock right there, time trial. However, this game was not designed for time trials. So the time trials in this game suck. I should know. I finished all of them. See down at the bottom right, it says relics. You get a relic for every time trial. You have to get all 26 golds to get the trophy. And when you see some of the later levels, you'll be like, yeah, fuck the time trials. Alright, so we were missing like 3 boxes for this gem the first time. This is all the green gem does. It brings you up here to get these 3 boxes. That's all. What's funny is, I think if I ever went back to the original games of these, I think I would be like lost. Because the timing of this game is slightly different than the originals. I'm trying to think what my favorite time travel movie is besides Back to the Future, because that's the obvious answer. I got it. Hot Tub Time Machine. That's a lie. I've never seen Hot Tub Time Machine. All right, who is online? All right, I know where we're going. It's a Hot Tub Time Machine. All right. Well, that was fun. Tomorrow night. Let me get this ready first. And I'll explain why we're going over there. I mean, it will be obvious once we're going over there. But, so tomorrow, the plan is we are going to at least do episode 2 of Life is Strange. You know, having met you in real life, I would agree. Okay, yes. So tomorrow we're gonna do at least episode 2 of Life is Strange. I mean, that's a compliment. I like Craig Robinson. He's a really good actor. So yeah, we'll definitely finish episode 2. I feel like one episode a night is probably where we're probably gonna end up doing. Until we get to episode 4, and we're all like, just keep going all night. This game. Which I expect then we'll do tomorrow. I think Wednesday we'll probably do Jackbox because Lily's going back to her mom's on Thursday, so we'll do Jackbox on Wednesday. I'll post in the Discord and give enough notice to anyone who wants to join, but I doubt anyone in our Discord is going to join. And then, so tonight's 1, Tuesday will be 2, Thursday will be 3. We'll play Persona on Friday. Saturday, I know I put question marks in the schedule in Discord. That's either going to be the crowd control stream, or we'll play episode 4 of Life is Strange. I still want to do at least one crowd control because I think I have this week to do it. Let me just double check. Oh, that's always a good. Crowd control. July 3rd. Okay, so I can do it this weekend. And that will either be Super Mario World, Super Mario 64, or I don't know what else. Maybe you could do Link to the Past too. I just have to make sure I set that up properly too. So yeah, I believe Saturday we'll do that, and then Sunday we'll definitely do Life is Strange. So if Monday's 1, Tuesday 2, Thursday 3, Sunday 4, we'll probably finish it next Monday. And then we'll start Life is Strange before the storm. I think I'm in a Life is Strange kind of mood. I want to beat them all. But yeah. So hopefully more people are looking forward to it and we can get more people in here. That's the ultimate goal, right? We're going to raid Tragic. Tragic is playing Ocarina of Time. Mr. Big Goron Sword. She is in the Fire Temple. That is why we're raiding her. Also, I've almost unlocked an achievement on Twitch. And that is raiding people with 2 or more people. This is going to be 99, I think. Because there's 2 people. This is going to be 99. I need 100. I get nothing for it. But I unlock an achievement on Twitch. Alright, I'll be back tomorrow for a little bit of Life is Strange. Until then, have a wonderful night.